Hey everyone, it's Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be jumping into the price of VeChain. Right now, in the last 24 hours, we've seen about a 4.53% increase. So what's been going on with VeChain? Are we going to continue to see that? And where are we going to be ending up by the end of this year and the end of the bull market? Like I said, there is a lot to talk about when it comes to VeChain, with about a 4.53% increase in the last 24 hours alone. If we take a look at the last week alone, we can actually see a 16% increase in the last month with about a 35% increase. So we are continuing to see great things happening for VeChain holders. And this is something that, like I said, we've been looking for quite some time. A lot of people have been waiting for this kind of momentum swing up, and that's exactly what we've gotten this last week. You know, a lot of volatility still remaining in this crypto market, but it's definitely looking like there's an upswing along the way, with Bitcoin making its all-time high push. You know, we see $8.9 billion as the market cap right now for VeChain. We also see the volume in the last 24 hours just below $600 million at $557.2 million. That is still looking like a great option for investment. We're going to take a look, like I said, into some of the VeChain news regarding, what's been going on recently, where we're going to be headed, like I said, going into this end of year, end of bull market push. So if we start with this tweet or Twitter post here, you can actually see that Fatty Bomb, I don't know, it's called Fatty Bomba, talking about low carbon ecosystem project MOU has already been signed with promoting companies for the implementation of such projects, which concerns the creation of an ecosystem of incentives for the adoption of sustainable behavior by citizens using blockchain technology. If we actually take a look a little bit farther down, it is talking about the San Marino's implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the voluntary, national review of 2021. So this is something that we've been looking into for a while. I'm not going to dive too much deeper into this. I just thought it was worth mentioning. We talked about it before. I'm just going to continue to kind of mention it here and there because, like I said, this is a very, very important feature of VeChain. If we take a look a little bit farther, though, VeChain just spoke at the 2021 Schneider Electric Green Innovation Summit in China on the panel of driving force behind lighthouse factories. VeChain shared how our blockchain technology enables transformative change and responsible manufacturing in the circular economy. So this is another thing we've talked about in the prior, but these are things I need to re-mention because people don't realize what's been going on in the news of VeChain, what's really regarding to the price action. There's price action because of the big things VeChain's tweeting about, because of the big things that is really going on behind the scenes, and this is just another example of that. If we continue on a little bit farther, we have another Now Payments tweet here talking about what brick and mortar store should accept VET or VeChain as payment. Tag them here. And so you can actually scroll through and see that there's a lot of great companies that have been mentioned here. Obviously, Starbucks. You have a bunch of other ones. I'm not going to go through all the companies, but the big thing here about this is just the accessibility, how easy it would be to actually add VET as a payment option in a brick and mortar store. So we're going to continue on though. We've talked about accepting crypto using a POS terminal before and how easy, like I said, it would be with VeChain, and how, some stores are already taking advantage of this in many other crypto payment sections. But like I said, there's more to talk about when it comes to the VeChain Foundation. And here we see VeChain received a certificate from the China Association for Standardization, a body under the State Council for our major contributions to the TCAS 493/2021 standard for household electrical equipment. Our blockchain tech is becoming the industry standard. Definitely a very, very big promo here. We see 1,083 retweets, obviously a very, very big hitter for VeChain, continuing to help push this price farther and farther. If we take a look, like I said, in the last 24 hours, this is a big deal, 4.53% increase. If we actually take a look at the entire crypto space as this loads, $61,000 on Bitcoin, continuing to see very, very slight greens and slight decreases across the board. For the most part, not too much movement. And it's great, like I said, to see VeChain moving yet again. If we jump on back over to this tweet, by the way, this was mentioned just recently. This was actually yesterday morning, and I definitely wanted to talk a little bit more about a couple different things today regarding these VeChain crypto segments or articles that have been put out as well. So VET breaks major trend line. Why VeChain could see massive explosion. So this is something we talked about a lot. Massive price action, massive news, massive hype. It's all coming together now with the massive explosion possible in the VeChain break. Like I said, breaking that major trend line. So if we jump a little bit into this, I'm not going to go too into detail because I've talked about this trend line, where we broke it, and where we're going to continue to move to at the end of the video. But it's looking very, very bullish, and these charts kind of show the exact same thing I want to talk about later, like I said. So let's jump over to the VeChain price analysis, why VET USD is worth a watch. So VeChain receives a certification from China's standardization body. So like I said, this could be huge, and bulls could extend the current bullish sentiment towards the 0.16 cent level. So that's going to be huge for VeChain holders as we see VeChain making the 4th consecutive day in the green. If we actually take a look a little bit farther, like I said, there's more to talk about when it comes to VeChain and what VeChain is. So SF Weekly actually put out an article that was just really a great article to kind of read into a little bit more. What is VeChain Coin? So a lot of people don't really understand what VeChain is and what's so special about it. Well, VeChain's blockchain hosts not just one, but 2 tokens to make transaction fees more stable. VET and VETHO. VET is the oldest coin on the blockchain. Its primary use is storage and transfer of value across the network. VET also facilitates the governance of the platform. If you buy VeChain online, you can have the opportunity to participate in future development proposals and vote for or against them. While doing so, you can be rewarded with VETHO tokens as well. So there's a lot of really great things that make VeChain a great ecosystem. But one of the biggest is the notable partnerships. So you can see here PwC, DNVGL, you have Haier, you have Walmart China, H&M. We're not going to go through them all, but there's a great future and outlook for VeChain altogether. And you can actually read, like I said, more into this article if you want yourself, sfweekly.com. It's going to be a sponsored post, I believe, by them. But like I said, it covers a lot of the reasons why VeChain is doing so well in this last couple of weeks and months altogether. If we take a look, like I said, at the last month, you're seeing about a 35% increase. And this is not all that's going to be taking place. With the crypto market and sentiment continuing to rise, I do believe VeChain has a chance at meeting its really all-time high yet again. We saw its all-time high push around 28 cents prior. And I think there's a great, like I said, as we're about halfway there now, I think there's a great sentiment in the market that's going to continue to help VeChain push farther. And definitely with the most, like I said, recent hype and news, VeChain could continue on this path up. So I think by the end of this year, we did TA, we talked about this, 30 cents to 50 cents is still a possibility well within reach, really. As an all-time high push by the end of the year is still very much so possible, with only being about at 2x from here to that about 28-30 cent mark. So very possible as we get closer to the end of the bull market. I think realistically, we are going to see VeChain pushing hopefully closer to a 75 cent to $1 range. I think that's going to be realistic enough depending on how long this bull market lasts, how many retail as well as institutional investors do get involved. And remember, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, because we don't only talk about VeChain here on the channel. We talk about every single altcoin, whether it's Cardano, Chainlink, Polkadot. We talk about them all here. So like I said, if you want to learn a little bit more about where they're going, where they're headed, what's going on with that coin or any of these altcoins, make sure, like I said previously, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications on. I do want to say, guys, as well, I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research before investing. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to learn a little bit more about VeChain as well, you can actually jump over to Twitter. So it's going to be Crypto Profit YT on Twitter, and you can take advantage of me there and follow on Twitter as well. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next one.